Hello, and it's a warm welcome to viewers of Star TV from southern Sweden. Heatwave continues in northern Europe, and we've got a smashing afternoon's action for you. Final round of the Volvo Scandinavian Masters. Huge crowds at Barsebäck, and they're trying to see if Jasper Parnevik can become the first Swede ever to win in Sweden on the Volvo Tour. Let's bring you right up to date with the action as you flick through some of the scores. The action at the top of the leaderboard tells us that Jasper Parnevik has started pretty steadily with 4 straight pars. He remains 13 under, but his lead has been cut to 2 by Colin Montgomerie, who picked up a birdie at the second hole. Vijay Singh is the defending champion. He clinched the title 12 months ago in Drottningholm with a final round 64. Could be on his way to doing it again. He's out in 31, 5 birdies and 1 bogey, and through 11. He's 8 under. That's good enough for a share of third place with Miguel Angel Jimenez, who's at 8 under after a couple of early birdies, and with the Australian Robert Allenby, who's picked up a shot at the 5th, and he's on 8 under through 6. Michael Campbell, the Kiwi, hasn't made such a good start. He had bogeys at the second and the third hole. He's 8 under. Then we go to 7 under, and there we find Eamon Darcy, the veteran Irishman, who celebrates a birthday tomorrow. Could be celebrating with a big check. He's at 7 under after 2 birdies with Barry Lane and Ross McFarland. There's the leader, Jasper Parnevik. He'll become a national hero this afternoon. Huge crowds at Barsebäck, all rooting for the Swede. Colin Montgomerie, tough competitor. It's almost a year since he last won. That was the Volvo German Open in August of '94. It's time that he was collecting a winner's check again. So a terrific afternoon in store for you. Weather conditions absolutely perfect. The wind has slipped round and it seems to make the course a little bit harder, and the scoring in the first half of the field hasn't been spectacular. The best round of the day, 67 from Ronan Rafferty, and at one stage we thought the course record of 65 set in '92 by Tony Johnston was threatened, but Rafferty sadly finished bogey. Well, here is the leader, Jasper Parnevik. He's on the 5th hole, the par 5, 558 yards. Don't think this is going to be reachable in 2. Played immaculate golf though, Parnevik, throughout the week. At the 3rd hole yesterday, a double bogey 6, and that's the only time that he's strayed above par all week long. Looks like he's going to get as close as he can. I think that's probably the driver. That's not so far away. 2 big blows, and the pin cut well on. You have a chip down the green. He's got about 50 yards left. You see the crowds all the way down both sides of the fairway. And at some stage this morning we smashed through the 100,000 figure for attendances, total attendances over the 4 days. And you get one Volvo Tour event in Sweden. They like to make the most of it. Now Miguel Jimenez 12th on the Ryder Cup points table by Johnny Walker, and what a good performance this week could boost his chances of making the side. Look at this, look at well, he's found a putting stroke today. Birdies at the 1st and 3rd, and pars the rest of the way. Just to tap in for a 4 at the 7th. 31-year-old from Malaga, just missed out 2 years ago on the European side. Now Colin Montgomerie left off the 5th. He's got to thread it through the trees. Rare for Montgomerie to miss a fairway. Well, he's got that one hooking. He normally hits it at a fade, and that's into the crowd. And with the galleries tramping down either side of the fairway, he should be okay. The lie didn't look to be too bad. You can see it into wind at this hole. 3 eagles here so far. One of those eagles on day 1 from Jarmo Sandelin. Let me tell you that Sandelin went round in 70 today, and he did it putting all the way one-handed. And why? Don't ask me why, but a 70, one of the better rounds today. Also 70s for Jean van der Velde of France. And looking down the score, 69 for Klaus Eriksson of Sweden, 69 for Des Smith of Ireland. Good day for the Irish so far. 71 for Ignacio Garrido, and Peter O'Malley a 70. That's what Montgomerie has left. Now, of course, Parnevik a lot closer. Montgomerie, the first winner of this title at Drottningholms in 1991. Here we go with Rasmus Valen's second shot to the 7th. 7 under, 6 pars so far today. Was one of the joint first round leaders. Maybe a chance for a first birdie on a Sunday. You see the semi-rough well trampled down, so the line not too much of a problem for Montgomerie. 99, I think Alistair McLean, Monty's caddy, said to the front, and then the pin cut 30 yards on.
Could you just move back, please?
Thank you. Fine.
Thanks. And be still, thanks.
Colin Montgomerie in the first 3 rounds out of 45 possible fairways hit 39 of them. So rare to see him in any kind of trouble off the tee.
Stop.
Well, a little unlucky it sat down so quickly. Might have expected the ball to release, but it didn't. Now, John Daly, the British Open champion. Oh, and his putting normally so solid. Used to turn in 33. Birdies at the first and the fourth. That's his first bogey of the day at the 10th. Now Jimenez at the 8th for his third birdie. Oh, he's so close. Of the top 10 of the Ryder Cup points table, only Colin Montgomerie has made the cut, and he's already assured of his place in the side anyway. 5 places still up for grabs, and Jimenez can do his chances a world of good this afternoon. McFarlane for birdie at 7. The 34-year-old from Manchester, son of a former Manchester United footballer. And last year was his best season on the Volvo Tour, and he looks set to top it this time round. 3 top 10 finishes in the early part of the year. Jasper Parnevik, who plays most of his golf on the United States Tour these days. It's just his 5th appearance in Europe, and a good finish at Wentworth in the Volvo PGA. Just tied 4th, and in the Open Championship, which he came so close to winning at Turnberry last year, finished tied 24th this time round. Was 3rd in this tournament last year. Just to remind you of the implications, no Swede has ever won in Sweden on the Volvo Tour, so the burden of expectation perhaps on Parnevik, but if it's weighing on his shoulders, he hasn't shown it. It looks to be relishing the challenge. Strong leader, doesn't appear to be frightened of anything or anyone. This one up the green, he's got to decide where he wants to pitch it on the putting surface. Probably about halfway, maybe 10 yards short, and let it release towards the pin. Now has he given it enough? Coming in from the right. Pretty good for pace, but I think more swing than he felt there was going to, and still going away. Owen Allenby for a birdie at hole 7. 2 birdies and 3 holes. And Allenby into 3rd place at 9 under, current Australian Open champion. Now, 11th hole, John Daly out with the new Wilson driver. Oh, I don't know if he likes that. Oh, pretty long, only be a wedge in. Now, stop in the semi. John Daly on the first 3 rounds only hit every other fairway. It's not really a course that favours the long hitter, although you can't be short because it's over 7,300 yards. It's fairly formidable. Let's take a wander down the 11th hole. You see a dog leg, downwind today. 2 bunkers not really in play. And this is the last of 3 links type holes on this composite course. 2 courses here, the old and the new, and they combine the 2. After this, it'll walk up the hill back into the trees, majestic trees either side. And there's John Daly's record in Europe when he's looking for his first win on the Volvo Tour. That world ranking 48, I think he's going to be smoothing up pretty quickly. And was out in the wilderness for quite a while, but with that British Open win, he's going to shoot up. And of course, newfound responsibility. Was admirable the way that he fought hard to make the cut. Only just made it at +1. And it would have been so easy after 3 weeks away to say, well, I think I'm going to take the weekend off and go home. But he didn't. He fought as hard as he could, made the cut, and then had that 67. And I guess there must have been an arrangement fee. He must be paid some sort of appearance fee for being here. Don't know what. But whatever it was, he's been value for money because the crowds here quite huge. The biggest they've ever had for the Scandinavian Masters. The first birdie of the day, and it was just a little bit firm. And the 8th, and Ross McFarland, 175 yards out towards the sea, and the car parks away to the left. Nicely on. Pin though, 27 yards on. So quite away from the pin. 2-tier green, pin cut on the top tier. And now Robert Allenby.
Go. Go.
Oh, what? There's no prize for a hole in one, but that's going to be a 2. And Allenby is going to be a shot closer to Parnevik. Wasn't superb. Go. He knew how close that was going to be. Big swing on this from right. Pace. Although from that range, that's not bad. You having driven into the trees, you have to take that. Let's go to Ian Woosnam, who's putting again is letting him down. No birdies today, and he's had a couple of bogeys at 3 and 5. And of course, he's another of these players looking for Ryder Cup points just outside the top 10 at the moment in 11th place. Yards long, the 7th, into a narrow entrance to the green. Typical of the way that Ian Woosnam's been playing from tee to green. Now comes the difficult part. Well, don't miss it now. That'll be 10 under. Didn't play last week. Wife Nadine went shopping. Needs a big check this week, he says. Jasper Parnevik. The chase is on though. VJ Singh, defending champion, has just birdied the 12th. And he's now 5 under for the day. 9 under in 4th place. This is Jamie Spence, third shot to the 11th. Daunting prospect for Jamie Spence, playing with John Daly. Jamie Spence, 10 straight pars so far to remain 5 under. Playing with Ian Woosnam is Paul Way. Big day for Paul Way as well. Just coming off a bogey at 6. And that will help the 1985 PGA champion, a 10-year exemption. That runs out this year. He needs a top 5 check today to avoid any possibility of a trip to qualifying school at the end of the season. Barry Lane on hole 9, and Barry Lane again, like Jimenez and like Woosnam, looking for Ryder Cup points. That's to be out in 33. Oh no, 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 no. Jamie Spence to save his par at 11.
You prick. Fucking prick.
Well, you're struggling on the greens. And slips to 4 under. We'll give him that for par. That's McFarland playing with Robert Allenby, remaining at 7 under. That's John Daly picking up a birdie, using the power to advantage, and 6 under. Do you like the haircut? It's actually getting quite a nice tan on top of the head now after 4 days in the Swedish sun. News straight away was up very quickly. He's 15th in that Ryder Cup table. He's finding a little bit of form, but after being well placed at the halfway stage, it's been a rather disappointing weekend for the Englishman. This is the 6th hole, 420 metres, 459 yards. Dogleg right, second shot uphill, trees left and right. Sometimes a difficult second shot to gauge because you can't see the bottom of the pin, and trees quite tight to the side of the green on the right-hand side. That's the way it's played so far. Just the 38 birdies. Let's take a wander up the fairway. See the trees on your right, that's caught 1 or 2 players out as they've been a little bit greedy or pushed the ball. More room on the left, it has to be said. Get to that elbow and you're left a medium iron to get home. The 2 trees on the fairway won't worry these players. Pin today cut 33 yards on, left side. It does mean that that bunker on the left-hand side of the green very much in play today. Jasper Parnevik's hit a perfect tee shot. The trees are on the right, the winds are off the left. The chances are he's got to hang it over the bunker and let the wind just drift it. Club selection, all important. BJ Singh, you can see moving up onto the leaderboard. Great defence of his title, it has to be said. BJ, who started with rounds of 72, 70 and 70. See how the bunker cuts in. Paul Broadhurst has just gone to 7 under with 3 birdies in a row from the turn. 3 under for the day. Draw the ball in, and oh, it was a beautiful shot. With the draw, a little bit more forward spin, so he didn't get it to stop. Colin Montgomerie is more of a fader of the ball. It'll be interesting to see how he plays it, but you can see he comes in there, and normally second bounce, he hits his iron so crisply, so hard that he gets more spin than most. You see, it's a good shape that Montgomerie's in on the fairway, but I suspect he'll be trying to hit the fade as opposed to the draw. It's a little bit on the safe side, but difficult for him to get close to that pin. I think he was probably always playing for the heart of the green, the percentage shot. And then for a birdie. Still the frustrations continue. So Ian Woosnam still quite a long way behind. Jasper Parnevik leads the final round of the Volvo Scandinavian Masters by 2 from Colin Montgomerie. Allaby and Singh also in contention. We'll be back after the break. Welcome back, and Michael Jonsson of Sweden making a birdie at the 9th hole. Could it be Sweden's day? You're watching the final round of the Volvo Scandinavian Masters live from Barsebäck. Jonsson goes to 7 under with his first birdie of the day. Jasper Parnevik, though, still the leader by 2 from Colin Montgomerie, and the final match on the 6th hole. Montgomerie to play first. Though he's on the green. The Parnevik has just run through, but is closer. Montgomerie saying that he's still not entirely happy with his putting. But he's averaging 29 putts a round. Jasper Parnevik 86 putts on the first 3 rounds. Montgomerie only 1 more, so I'm not so sure there's that much wrong with the putting, but because he hits so many good shots close. go, Jimenez for a birdie at the 9th hole, and this to be out in 32. Well, the Spaniards having one of those really good days. 4 behind the leader. Jasper Parnevik maybe with a tricky one at 6. Not too much green to work with. Just a question of how far down the hill it trickled. Well, not far is the answer, because he's out with the putter. Montgomerie pretty well assured of his par. He's an aggressive leader. He's not going to hold back. Doesn't play too much safety golf, and found he had a chance of making out. And of course, if he can make 2 or 3 birdies, it's going to make it very tough for everybody else. Certainly everybody else apart from Montgomerie. Now the 12th, the par 5. John Daly and Jamie Spencer have climbed up from the beach, and now they head back in amongst the trees. Mixed fortunes, almost a full house for Daly. It's a dog leg left. He can reach into. And that is long. You're going to have to come over the trees. Carries 3 or 4 wedges. I can't believe it will only be a wedge to the green. Jasper's wife Maya walking round, expecting their first child. Not like any day now. Doesn't look as if the happy event will be too far away. That's a confident putting stroke. If he keeps that going, no fear at all, just straight in the back of the hole. And sand at 10, Barry Lane. Unless his bunker shots go reasonably routine, he's into the wind, a fairly flat green. Just coming off 1 bogey, and he's caught that heavy. Michael Campbell has been sliding out of contention. He bogeyed the 2nd and 3rd holes and hold a good putt to only drop 1 shot at 3. And this is to save par as well. No birdies so far. Well done. Playing with Roger Chapman, and Roger Chapman having a miserable day. The round of the day yesterday for Chapman was 66, but he's just gone bogey, 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 double bogey. 5 shots dropped in 4 holes. No problems for Robert Allenby at 9. It's a par 5 when the members play the course, but they've moved the tee forward, turned it into a par 4. It's not one of the players' favourite holes, and Allenby, I would imagine, has just caught the top of those trees as he's come over and dropped down. A little bit lucky, because it could have finished worse. At least he's got a sight of the green, and he's got about 20 yards of green to work with once he comes across the edge of the bunker. Pretty well played, although just creeping away. Didn't stop at all. Downwind, nothing really to stop it against. And you perhaps wouldn't have felt the wind shouted by the trees. Colin Montgomerie is 4th in the Volvo Order of Merit. He can go back to the top if he wins this afternoon. The top 3 all taking a week off. Sam Torrance, Bernhard Langer and Costantino Rocca. Here's Campbell at the 8th. made a terrific impact on the Volvo Tour. Currently 5th in the money list. And the secret is the putting. He's the putts per green in regulation. He's the stats leader. 26-year-old Maori from Wellington. Started playing when he was just 10 years old. A little bit over clubbed. He won his first event as a pro and 3 top 10 as well in his first 4, and made a similar impact really here in Europe with good finishes in Dubai and the Johnny Walker Classic, and of course second equal in the Volvo PGA and 3rd in the Open. Meanwhile, John Daly's on the 12th hole, again a par 5, 547 yards. And these closing 6 holes, 7 holes, there are no fairway bunkers, nor are there any needed. The trees do the work. Trees you can see on the left, John Daly up fairly close to those. He's going to have to go over them because just beyond here you'll see quite a fierce dogleg to the left. And most mere mortals will be hitting up into that elbow, leaving themselves 50, 60, 70 yards into a pin, which today is 15 yards on, cut right side. And here's John Daly, who in the Pro-Am hit a similar shot and went straight over the trees and onto the green. Such power here. We'll be looking for a top 2, top 3 finish in the US PGA at Riviera at Los Angeles next week to make the American Ryder Cup sign. That's what he's going to need. This is a wonderful putting stroke. He was almost allowing for the breeze, which is getting stronger, and it didn't happen. So he slips back, and there is now a 3-way tie for 3rd place, 4 shots off the pace, and Alabi, one of that trio, with Vijay Singh and Miguel Angel Jimenez. Now, Jonsson, who played so well last week to share 2nd place at Hilversum in the Dutch Open. He's not playing so shabbily this week either. Picked up a cheque for over £55,000 last week, and that guaranteed that he would keep his car for next year. Obviously relaxed after that achievement. Jasper Parnevik is 2nd into 7. See a narrow entrance. And cut 19 yards on from the front edge. That will be much more than the 7 or 8 iron. Chance for the first birdie of the day. It took him a while to get going yesterday. Double bogey of the 3rd. Perhaps only an 8 or a 9 iron for Colin Montgomerie. 2 fine shots. A little bit unlucky for the Scot to spin left and away from the pin. Must have just pitched on a little slope. Forward to the 10th, and Miguel Angel Jimenez for outright 3rd place if he were to make his 4th birdie of the day. Currently 40th in the money list. It's only his 16th appearance. He normally plays a little bit more than that, but of course was diverted by trips to America, qualified to play in the Masters and the US Open. You see he's one of 3 players on 9 under. Seems to have the pace of these greens, and yet on that one, virtually the first one we've seen where he hasn't got up to the hole. Raymond Darcy is 43 tomorrow. Some early birthday presents for the Irishman, the 3rd birdie of the day at 11. And Darcy's at 8 under. We're seeing him shortly. Jimenez used to be a caddy himself. Colin Montgomerie 5th in the Ryder Cup points table. Here goes 2nd if he wins. But it's very tight from 2nd down to 5th. Only about £14,500 separating the 4 men. Who are all assured of their places on Concorde, flying out to New York, September 22nd to 24th for the Ryder Cup. Only the 1 birdie so far for Montgomerie. If he's to make his move, he needs to make it fairly soon. Putter out for this week. Scoring not particularly easy. That's 67 of Ronan Rafferty. Still the best round of the morning. He started with 3 birdies, in fact 4 birdies on the first 5 holes. So an opportunity for Parnevik to restore the 3-shot advantage that he had at the start of the day. It's been a bit vulnerable in the first 3 rounds off the tee. In fact, of the 45 fairways, he hit just 28, but his recoveries were good, 81%. Greens in regulation, and then of course the putter got to work. Across in Denmark. Parnevik's first birdie of the day. There is no backing off at all. And again, the leader by 3 and looking very, very strong. There it was again. It's a very slick putt. He just set it on his way. So Jasper Parnevik leading by 3 again from Colin Montgomerie, Vijay Singh defending champion, Miguel Jimenez and Robert Allenby all on 9 under. Eamon Darcy, the birthday boy tomorrow, early presents, 8 under with Michael Jonsson, who's in a purple patch at the moment after last week. And then you can see Paul Way slipping back alongside Michael Campbell. Paolo Chirici from Switzerland starting to pick up. And here's and I'll be one of the trio of players in 3rd place. Second shot to 10. It's no slouch off the tee, Annaby, but he's having to go in with a medium iron. And a little bit of a flyer. It'll take a while to get out of this place this evening. Everybody's staying to see if Parnevik can do it. So he's had a couple of pars and a birdie here on Friday. Grandstand at the back of this 8th hole. I'm sure a lot of the spectators will have been there for an hour or two watching the stars come through. It's the overwater and a pin cut towards the back. 27 paces on from the front.
Yeah.
That cost Colin Montgomerie a shot on Friday.
Quiet now, please.
A tendency to miss on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
This time though, perfect response from Colin Montgomerie. The birdie for Parnevik, and well, he's the one who had to get it to work. Well, 12 months ago in Drottningholm, Vijay Singh fired a final round 64 to close out Mark McNulty, and most of his success came on the front 9 12 months ago. Well, a year on, it's the same, out in 31. And so far, 1 birdie on the way home. And some welcome success for Paul Way. He goes to 7 under. His target has to be a top 5, top 6 play. So Jasper Parnevik with that birdie at 7 leads now by 3, but Colin Montgomerie is mighty close after his tee shot at the 8th. Still a whole host of action to come from Barsebäck. You're watching the final round of the Volvo Scandinavian Masters. Jasper Parnevik leads the final round of the Volvo Scandinavian Masters by 3 from Colin Montgomerie. Parnevik looking to become the first Swede to win on the Volvo Tour in Sweden. Looks like he'll be first to putt. Not that hard a putt. It's a little bit downhill, but reasonably straight. John Daly making his birdie at 12 and into the shake-up, and that's a fantastic weekend from the Open champion, who, remember, only made the cut right on the mark at +1. He picked up 8 shots in the weekend. Jasper Parnevik, though, for his second birdie in 4 attempts at the 8th hole, and this to go 15 under, 2 under for the day. Not really a putt that you can be too aggressive on, but I'd be surprised if he were short at all. Perfect leg. You think that would be the game plan, keep making the pars and maybe a birdie too, and it's up to Colin Montgomerie, but I'm sure Jasper was thinking there are opportunities to pick up shots, and if I do that, remember he's only once not made par or better in the entire tournament. Splendid consistency. Eamon Darcy at the 12th, his 3rd shot. Would have lost his card last year, but got in as category 7, top 40 career money winners, and a little bit fitter. He's had back problems in the past, a little bit fitter, and playing very well this year. That's the chance for yet another birdie for Darcy. You feel that Montgomerie must make this. Halfway, just wandered off to the right. I think the galleries are being pretty fair. Well, they'll all be rooting, or most of them, for Parnevik. There's great respect for the golf played by Montgomerie.
Quiet minute, please.
He wanted to get away to the next tee. Was through the green and 2, chipped back past the hole, but that saves par. Still in a tie for 3rd. Well, here's the 11th hole now. .410 yards, dogleg right, and those 2 bunkers. 229 will get you into the first bunker, 271 will get you over the second. No problem to the likes of John Daly, but if you're out on the middle of the fairway, medium to short iron in, and the green protected by 1, 2, 3 bunkers, and the pin today 14 yards on left side. But we go to the 13th hole, par 4, 421 yards, and after his 2 birdies in a row, John Daly in trouble off the tee. This is his 3rd shot, so not in trouble off the tee, or if he was, in worse trouble with his 2nd. He's found a gap, and that's pretty good. Eamon Darcy at the 12th to the turn in 33. just coming off a birdie and 11. Been struggling with the putter, been hitting the ball tee to green very well. And like so many, just can't really get that length in as often as he would wish. Playing very consistently, 17th appearance. He's only missed out on collecting a check on 2 occasions. .43 tomorrow. Pro since 1987, John Daly won the US PGA Championship at Crooked Stick in '91. Last minute alternative for Nick Price, and I think most of us had heard of him before that. Know plenty about him now. A bit of a mixed bag. Bogey, couple of birdies, and then a bogey again for Daly. Well, there's the United States Ryder Cup standings, and their side will be finalised after next week's US PGA at Riviera Club. And you can see John Daly at 16, so he really does need a top 3 finish to have a chance. Otherwise, he's got to rely on a wildcard pick from Lanny Watkins. And Lanny Watkins has intimated, no, he's not going to pick him if he's not earned his way up into the side. I think that's quite good news for Bernard Gallagher and the Europeans. Scott Hoke, winner in Europe last week, the Dutch Open, also needing a good performance in the US PGA. European side, of course, 1 or 2 weeks after that to run the Czech Open when the players come back from the PGA. And then the side finalised at the Volvo German Open the week after. No such worries for Robert Allenby, although for one so young, he's gained considerable international experience in his short career, playing in the World Cup and the Alfred Dunhill Cup, and of course last year in the rest of the world side in the inaugural President's Cup against the United States. It's a long drive. A 4-footer to save his par at 10. Looked a better putting stroke. Played in the last 6 Ryder Cups, and in that famous victory 1985 at the Belfry, played 3 matches in partnership with his playing partner today, Paul Whaley. Twice took out Hubert Green and Fuzzy Zeller, and lost 1 match to Curtis Strange and Peter Jacobson, who looks certain to be in the American side for Oak Hill. Barry Lane played at the Belfry 2 years ago, and a defeat against Chip Beck in the singles when he was 3 up with 5 to play and fatally relaxed. He's desperate to put that right. A little bit hard, but a chance for a second successive birdie for Lane. And he needs the pounds, he needs the points. Already through to the final of the Anderson Consulting World Championship of Golf at the end of the year, but before that, Ryder Cup on the agenda. And just look at that European table at the moment. Only Colin Montgomerie in the top 10 through to the Cup. Ulrich Johansson did miss out, so likewise Mark James and Philip Walton. So 11 Ian Woosnam, Miguel Jimenez. They've got a great chance to get into the top 10. Barry Lane really needs a spectacular final 9 holes if he's to force his way into the top 10 places. And Darren Clark also missed the Cup. It would help an awful lot if Ian Woosnam could get into the side and be an automatic pick. I'm sure one of the 2 wild cards will be Nick Faldo, and the other could be Olaf Harwood. Depends on Tharball's injury. He's still got trouble with the foot, and we're not quite sure when he will return to action.
Still 148 has got to go.
And behind it there is
6, 154. Go straight down?
yeah.
148 yards. Just an 8 iron. Gets the spin this time. Allenby for birdie and 11, and to catch Vijay Singh outright third, because Singh's just had another birdie at 15. Rather wandered down, didn't hold the line. Green's just getting a little bit tired and spiky at the end of the tournament. Parnevik with his second to 9. Pretty good response. Just one win on the Volvo Tour so far for Jasper Parnevik. That was at Glen Eagles in the Bells Scottish Open, just before he decided that he was going to go off to try his luck in America. Eamon Darcy on the 13th. Six wins on tour. Best finish this year, share of 10th place at St Melian in the Benson and Hedges International. He's been a pro since 1968. So the way the holes played so far, 86 birdies. Well, if you get in the trees, sometimes you don't get out. That's why 8 double bogeys and 55 bogeys, including that one just a while ago of John Daly's. Unique swing. If you've not seen this before, well, close your eyes, I suggest. Flying right elbow, but it works very well for Eamon. He's pulled that, and always means if it's hooking, it's going to be a little bit longer. Now back on the 12th, second shot of Miguel Angel Jimenez. Nice shape. Drawing it round the corner now, hoping that it will chase up, and slightly overdoing the draw. Means he's got some bushes to go over for his third. First to putt at 9 for birdie is Jasper Parnevik. Enormous psychological blow if he could get this one in and really put the pressure on Colin Montgomerie. The lead will be 4. You can't ignore Vijay Singh, it has to be said. Singh 6 under for the day. And a long hitter, so 16 the par 5. If not in range in 2, won't be far away, so he may pick up another shot there. Impression these greens are just getting a little uneven now, and it's all about pace, having the confidence to hit it firm and therefore hold the line. A little bit downhill, but not too much slope. And he's deterred. Oh, he's got it all. He really is putting so well. because we talked about Ryder Cup wildcards, and obviously a lot of support in Sweden for Jasper Parnevik. He wins this week, that will strengthen his case. Here's Barry Lane. Here's birdie at 12th hole, and on he goes. Michael Johnson on the 12th down in the trees. You see, the rough is not terribly punishing the first cut. In amongst the trees you will get a lie. It's a question of what sort of line you get between the timbers. A little deeper in, the rough really does get very punishing. Oh, that hit. Sounded pretty solid as well. He's got past just about every tree. I think he probably hit the last one. Plenty of helpers to find the ball. Colin Montgomerie's had his birdie attempt. Quite a bold attempt at that. This to come back and save his par. He's just starting to get a bit frustrated with himself. A tidy front nine for Jasper Parnevik, out in 34. Really hasn't made any mistakes, just the one birdie at the 7th. And he's throwing down the gauntlet to the others. Colin Montgomerie out also in 34. Still 3 behind. Vijay Singh, defending champion, having a great final round once again. He's in 3rd place, and 4th place shared by Michael Johnson, who's in trouble on 12, and Robert Allenby. Paul Broadhurst, Eamon Darcy, Miguel Jimenez, Ross McFarlane also on that leaderboard. We'll be back with more live golf from Sweden after the break. Stay where you are. Jasper Parnevik leads the final round of the Volvo Scandinavian Masters at Barsebäck by 3 shots, and he's got 9 holes to destiny. Bidding to become the first Swede to win on the Volvo Tour in Sweden, indeed in Scandinavia. It's the man closest to him, Colin Montgomerie. Well, the one thing you can guarantee is Colin Montgomerie won't give up without a fight. Finished birdie yesterday, just when it looked as if Parnevik would have a formidable lead. Well, this is the middle links hole at Barsebäck. 2 courses here, the old and the new. They use 7 holes from the new and 13 from the old, and this is one of them. 3 holes running in a line along the beach with the ocean on the left and about 10-15 miles away, the coastline of Copenhagen and Denmark. The course is a long par 72, 7,301 yards, and after 10 and 11 they climb up the hill into the trees and majestic pines either side. This is the tournament leader Jasper Parnevik to the turn in 34.
Sit down.
I suggest that he may have just let that one go away to the right. Only a little bit, and looks as if that will lie okay. So the final round then of the Volvo Scandinavian Masters. Big crowds, not everybody out on the water, and they're all coming to see Jasper Parnevik. 1 or 2 coming, of course, to see John Daly, the Open champion, who's entertained everybody this weekend. But the home fans hoping upon hope that Parnevik can become the first Swede to win on the Volvo Tour in his home country. Jasper Parnevik leading by 3 from Montgomerie, and now Vijay Singh, who's just birdied 16, the defending champion, is 7 under for the day. There's the Volvo order of merit as it stands at the moment. Torrance, Langer and Rocker take the week off, so Colin Montgomerie, if he wins, can go back to the top. He's been there for the last 2 years. Michael Campbell's having a useful tournament as well. He perhaps can get up a place or 2, although it depends what Montgomerie does. Mark James missed the cut by 1. Philip Walton also went home. Peter O'Malley of Australia has played all 4 rounds. He finished with a 70 today, finished at 4 under. Wayne Riley, winner of the Scottish Open, well, he takes a week off too. Frank Novello, featured in the early parts of this tournament, but has rather slipped back of late and no longer in contention. Ryder Cup points, very important for several of the players. Barry Lane and, of course, this man, Miguel Angel Jimenez, who is just out of the automatic top 10 places at the moment, in 12th place. He's 8 under, got to the turn in 32, 3 under, 35 the front 9 par, 37 coming home. He's just dropped a shot at 11. Twisty curly putt. Par 5, 12. Just for birdie. Not safe yet. My name's Steve Beddoe, and I hope you're enjoying this golf from Sweden. There's our leader, Jasper Parnevik. It's 10th hole, 448 yards, but the wind helping slightly off the right.
So soft. Get up.
It's going to be short, is it? Right. Good job it did come off soft, because that, well, sometimes you need a little break or 2. He's playing so well, sometimes you make your own luck. And when that ball was in the air, Jasper Parnevik, I'm sure, felt he was going to be a long way short. He's not. He's got an outstanding chance for a further birdie. This is Michael Jonsson of Sweden, ahead at the 12th, and his challenge is starting to slip away after 3 birdies in a row at 9, 10 and 11. Colin Montgomerie, joint second. Doesn't like it. Well, delighted to say that I've been joined in the commentary box by Matthias Grunberg, who's been in here before, and You've had a pretty good round today, Mattis, and it's an exciting day for Swedish golf.
It is an exciting day for Swedish golf. I played very good today, very solid. I shot 72, and I'm very happy with my day.
And of course, the big question is, there's Jasper, 3 shots clear at the moment. He's a strong leader. We'll just watch this one from Miguel Jimenez, and he's bidding for Ryder Cup points. The scoring generally not so good today. The conditions are a little bit tougher with the wind changing around.
The wind's changed around a little bit, and it's stronger today.
So there we are. It's a real birdie chance for Jasper at 10. Well, he's got it to lose now. I mean, he's a confident character. He's got a 3-shot lead. He's very close. He looks to be enjoying this. Do you think he's enjoying it as much as it appears?
Oh, he's enjoying it a lot, and it's always nice to play it in front of your home crowd. And the way when I walked up on the 18th green today, it was unbelievable. Even when I'm finishing around 25th, 30th, it was still a wonderful feeling. And
yeah, over 100,000 fans here over the 4 days, and I'm sure that's partly because Jesper's doing so well, and the rest, a lot of the Swedish players are doing so well in golf generally, and of course Benny would have come to see John Daly today as well. But there's Vijay Singh, the defending champion, and he's storming round. He was to the turn in 31, had 5 birdies and just the 1 bogey, and he's now had 3 birdies on the way home, and with 2 holes to go, he's in joint 2nd place, and well, he has a chance of the course record. 1 birdie on the last 2 holes, and that will be a 64, and that will be a new course record. Fantastic round. And Vijay Singh finished with a 64 12 months ago to take the title from Mark McNulty in Drottningholm. We go out to the 10th hole and the final match, Jasper Parnevik and Colin Montgomerie.
Yeah.
The greens, Mattis, look to be coming just a little bit bumpy, a little bit spiky, but perhaps we've seen quite a few putts just wobble down towards the hole.
yeah, they're a little bit spiked up and a touch low at some parts of the greens. But some of the putts, like number 7, that green is so quick. Now they've come through that hole, but it's fairly easy to putt on the back 9.
So how would you read this one for Colin Montgomerie on 10?
On 10, it should be left to right with the wind.
He's a little bit slow as well, wandered down, but didn't really hit it with conviction.
On number 10th green, the wind is so affecting the ball, and he was playing into it, and the wind was coming a little bit left to right, and that's why it was breaking. It's probably a dead straight putt normally.
So an outstanding opportunity for Jasper Parnevik to record his 2nd birdie of the day, and if he does, the lead will be 4. And Colin Montgomerie knows that, I suppose he doesn't wish anyone harm, but you probably hope that Jasper misses it. Robert Allenby to the 12th, 3rd shot. Well, the wind, I guess, fairly important on this one as well.
It is, but it's not as much part. It's just going to move maybe an inch more to the right.
Because he's such an aggressive putter, and he gives it a good rap at the hole that, he won't give the wind that much chance to affect it any. Well, he wasn't so aggressive on that one, really. He just sort of started it on his way.
It's still a very, very solid par on number 10. It's one of the actually the toughest holes on the golf course. Maybe not today when the pin is fairly in the middle of the green.
I suppose for Jasper, what is he, 8 holes from home? He's 3 shots ahead, so he's got to say to someone like Colin Montgomerie, if I play par golf from here, you've got to make 4 or 5 birdies. And that's trying to get away. So they will now climb back up the hill onto the 12th tee, onto the 11th. Sorry, they've still got one more hole to go down. And we'll go to the 12th. And we go to Robert Allenby.
This putt Robert has right now is very, very quick. I had the same kind of putt, but half the distance, and I was ramming it past the hole.
Any swing?
It's a two-way swing. It looks like it's a two-way swing, but it's actually one-way swing left to right. And very, very quick. That's a good, very, very good try anyway.
I was looking at the scores coming in, and if it's right or not, Matt Slannert an albatross 2 at the 16th, and he's gone birdie albatross to 3 under. I don't know if that's an omen for Sweden, but let's go and take a look at Vijay Singh, who's been going so well. It looks like he's gone through the green. Robert Allenby for his par at 12. It's 2 under for the day. Here's Vijay Singh, who's on 17 and looks to have gone through the back of the green. I'm joined in commentary by Matthias Grunberg, who's pretty excited. He's played well himself this week, and of course anticipating a win for Jasper Parnevik. This is rather belatedly a great defence of his title by Vijay. Must have got a real fly through the green.
It's playing downwind the hole today, left to right, and some guys might think it's against.
There's Ian Woosnam with his 3rd shot to the 12. Still looking for a birdie. Well, he should get one now, but the way he's been putting this week, you wouldn't even take that for granted.
That's a very, very superb shot, because the pin is sitting in between 2 hills.
We'll be back for that in a moment, but Jasper Parnevik, 3 pars so far this week on 11. And long and true. That's a fantastic drive, straight in the middle of the fairway, and long as well. No wonder he's smiling. Now Paul Way, this is a vital round for Paul Way, in danger of having to go to the tour score at the end of the year after 10-year exemption after winning the PGA in 1985, and he's needed that exemption once or twice to get into tournaments. Category 1, you get everywhere you want to play you can, and it would be a big blow to his pride and everything else if he were to slip, but he's having a good week this week.
He's having a good day today. He's only dropped one shot on the 6th hole, and then he picked up the birdie on the number 9.
That's fairly steady golf on a day that's not so easy for scoring. To see if he makes that birdie at some stage, but first Colin Montgomerie with his second shot 11, and again 2 excellent tee shots, both players slap in the middle of the fairway.
Yeah, that's a very, very fine shot of Colin there. By playing a little bit right off the pin, he's taking the bunker on the left side out of play.
Oh, yes, but I mean, is that a wedge he's got in his hand? He can't have much club.
It's probably a sandwich, because I'm hitting shorter than Jasper, and I was hitting a sandwich in. You probably have a 10-yard wind helping.
The hole's 410 yards. He's just not making mistakes, is he? We've got 6 holes to come through the trees, and if there's been any hint of a weakness in his game, it's perhaps off the tee. He's hit it, missed a few fairways or so, but his recovery is so good, and I mean, I wouldn't think he'd missed 2 putts of that length in a row, and he's missed the last one. I think he's going to get that one. Vijay Singh to try and save his par at 17. That's a pity. It'll be a bogey for Singh, his second of the round. He's still 6 under for the day. See, 4 behind. Now poor way at the 12. Had a bad season. He's picked up 11 checks, but most of them quite small, and he's 135th on the Volvo Order of Merit at the moment from 18 tournaments, just under £20,000 of prize money. He needs to get up to 44,000 to get in that top 120 come season's end and keep the card.
A little bit left to right.
That was a good effort.
The way he played the hole with the wedge shot well left of the pin was actually a very, very good shot, because if you only hit it 1.5, 2 yards right off the pin, it trickles all the way down to the fringe of the green. So it was safe play by Paul.
At the moment he's in a share of 9th place, could do with just a couple of birdies on the way home. He's 7 shots behind Jasper Parnevik and 4 behind Colin Montgomerie, who's on his own in 2nd place now. Got it. Oh. I thought he got that. It just looked like he was going to drop in the hole.
It looks like he it took a spike mark or something, because he said it was right in the middle of the hole.
Absolutely. Yes, but just trying to keep quiet and concentrate on his own game now.
This could be the turning point if Jasper is making this part as well.
You can see Monty, he's getting angry with himself now. I'm just frustrated with it, and that's in a way good news for Jasper. Him is at 13 for birdie. Good roll from that side.
It's very sensible part. Just take a 2 putt and take your par and leave the hole.
is to lead by 4. Well, I'm surprised that he's missed 2 of those in a row. That was a much firmer putt, and maybe just misread it.
The thing is, he's probably read it right, but the pace he's hitting it, in the end, when you're playing at the last group, you have heard all the players coming around the hole, and both putts were turning different ways.
Hole 12, Michael Campbell's second shot. Campbell having a terrible day out in 40, and then dropping a shot at the 10th as well, so he's 6 over for the day. Probably just about as many as he's taken in his career as a professional, I would reckon. That's a long, long second shot.
It's a very, very good shot, but the problem is that you either want to lay up well short or get on the green, because that hump short on the green it's going to be a very, very tricky shot for Michael D.
Well, he could do with a birdie, that's for sure. It's difficult for him to keep interested when you're having such a bad day and nothing seems to be going right. That was Roger Chapman, who's likewise not having a good day. Now Robert Allenby's second into 13. 87 birdies, but again, with those trees either side, if you're not straight off the tee, plenty of trouble waiting.
Two super shots there. And
Allenby's starting to find a little bit of form. He made a good start to the season and then disappeared for a while, and now he's back finding form. Had a good Open Championship at St Andrews, but it's Jasper Parnevik still looking very strong. He's 1 under for the day. His lead is 3 from Colin Montgomerie. Everybody else bunching up, but Jasper Parnevik on his way perhaps to making history. Can he be the first Swede to win in the Volvo Tour in Sweden? It's the final round of the Volvo Scandinavian Masters at Barsebäck, 20 miles up the coast from Malmo and just across the water from Denmark. Huge crowds have been here this week. Over 100,000 have come to see if Jasper Parnevik can be the first Swede to win on the Volvo Tour in his own country. They've also come to see Open champion John Daly, who just survived the cut and has been entertaining during the week. Perfect conditions for a golf tournament. And now we're into the tight tree line section of the course. Up to the par 5 12. Colin Montgomerie on the tee. I'm Steve Better, with me in commentary Matthias Grunberg of Sweden. Just been round in a level par 72 with a couple of bogeys late on. Frustrated with his round because had a chance for a top 15 finish. It's still a good tournament, and he finished at 2 under par. Here's Robert Allenby with a birdie attempt at 13.
I wasn't really sure about Robert's line there because I had the same part as his playing partner had.
Lee Westwood at 18, 4 under. He's a level par for the day. And that's a good fight back because he dropped 3 shots early on and got back with birdies at 7, 8, and 13. Fairly tricky pin placing at 18, and the wind a little bit different. Matthias, can you talk us through it?
For me, I played a very fine drive, a little bit fade up against the wind, and I hit a very solid 5-iron into the green. I had 168 yards to the pin. It's well up on the green, the pin. It's 23 yards on, about 5 yards from the left.
So VJ with 8 or 9 iron, do you think?
It should be something around there, 8 or 9 iron. Depends on how much he was fighting the wind on the tee shot. The bunker doesn't really come into play. It's 12 yards shorter than the pin.
Needs a birdie to equal the course record. There's a chance of making it. What a lovely shot.
That is a super shot, and I know the line because I missed from there.
Yeah, you were saying, what, about 3 meters, is it, 10 foot or so? And we'll give you some an expert read on the line when he gets up there. But VJ played in Holland last week, and of course was tied 6th in the Open Championship at St Andrews. I don't know if he's ever going to win a major, but it will surprise no one if he did. He's so dedicated.
He's very, very dedicated, and he's the one who's always practicing most at the driving range. I don't really know if he's practicing his short game that much, but he's a very, very fine player.
He is, of course, the defending champion, and it looked like he was just going to finish down amongst the pack. But this splendid last round has changed all of that, and he's just a shot behind Colin Montgomerie. But here's Jasper Parnevik, second shot at the 12th. You know, the idea would be to sort of draw it round those trees, but if he's far enough back, he may be thinking of going over the trees. But he had the same shot yesterday, and we were at Mark Rowe in the commentary box, and I was saying, well, a very brave shot if he tries to go over those trees.
I wouldn't say he's brave because his game is very, very aggressive. And sometimes when you're trying just to play safe and lay up, you miss your layup. So I really feel this is the right way to play the hole for Jasper. Just to try and get it on the green, and if he actually gets it on the green, it's the whole tournament's almost over.
He made birdie here yesterday, got very close to. I think it was just short and chipped up and made his. As you say, that really makes it very hard for everybody else because there's only Colin Montgomerie close enough and with enough holes to make any real impact. Well, huge crowds. What would it mean to Swedish golf? I mean, the sport is established and growing all the time, but what would it mean to have Jasper Parnevik win this tournament?
It would help the other players like me and Anders, because we're really trying to get a player inside top 10 on the Sony World ranking, and right now Jasper is about 60 or 70th on the Sony World ranking, and so it would help us to get maybe Jasper first into the top 10 and to move from there, because we need to have someone to look at. I heard earlier on that Jasper asked his caddy if I really hit it perfect, will it reach the green? And I think he can get it on there.
He's currently 61st in the world, so it doesn't really reflect his form. He's almost the finished article.
Oh no!
He doesn't like it. I think it's gone a little right. I don't think it's going to be any trouble.
That's what he was really trying to get it on the green, and when you're trying to get it up in the air, you lose it right, and that's what I did as well. Now he's got a very, very tricky shot from there.
He's got that hump between him and on the green between him and the pin. Right, VJ Singh with the putt that Matthias Grunberg had not so long ago on 18. So how will this one go?
The thing is that I read it almost straight. I had it on the left lip, and it was actually turning more than that. I think he would just need to have it just outside left hole, and it will drop in.
Well, it's for a share of the course record, and equal the 65 set by Tony Johnston when the Scandinavian Masters was here at Barsebäck in '92. So it won't be a new record, so Johnny Walker's £3,000 saved for this week.
That's a perfect putt.
And what a round. Vijay Singh equals the course record with a 65. The defending champion, after a slow start, has done himself proud. He finishes at 11 under. Just, as you say, that is a perfect putt. And a 65, even with a couple of bogeys in there as well. And he was unlucky to probably catch a gust of wind and go through so far on 17. Paul Broadhurst has also had a useful round. Outside chance of reclaiming his Ryder Cup place. He played at Kiel Island 4 years ago, and finishing strongly, also making a birdie at 18, also bogeying 17 for a 68. And Paul Broadhurst at the moment in a share of 4th place. Colin Montgomerie can reach into.
What Colin had, he was just in the semi-rough, and he was just hitting an iron down there to get a good soft wedge into the green.
So though he's further from the hole, he's got a slightly easier shot than Jasper Parnevik. Parnevik, though, still leading by 3 shots from Montgomerie, his playing partner, and from Vijay Singh, who's in the clubhouse after that 65. You see it in the, I mean, his face is a picture really. You can read his emotions on the. I don't think he'd be a very good poker player.
Well, I don't know, but he's a very, very good, fine golf player. Colin has a much easier shot into the green here, but the problem is he needs birdies, and I hope he's not playing it too far right when he's trying to get to the pin, because it could trickle down all the way down to the fringe.
Montgomerie's third, then to the 12th. He's hit it to the left-hand side. Oh, that's a wonderful shot.
That's a beautiful shot, because now he's got a straight, almost a straight putt.
It's a good course management from Montgomerie there. Might have been tempted to take a fairway wood and lay back, knew what he had to do with his third shot. And although Jasper was furthest into, he's got the hardest shot, because he was trying and desperately hoping to get onto the green, just cut it up somewhat. Oh, hit the flag.
Wow, what a super shot.
When you win a tournament, you need a break or two. It was a good shot. It was a great shot. But it might have been past a little bit. He might be thinking, heck, should have been a 3.
I don't know. Did it hit the pin?
I think we're going to see it again.
It was just stopped right there.
Well, that's a gimme birdie. He's going to 15 under. Now, don't forget to take the flag out, Jasper. Cool, calm, and
you can really hear the public, the gallery is cheering him on, and I think he enjoys this a lot.
I suppose he'd be hoping for if there were room for 2 tournaments in Sweden, because the public just are taking to the game in such numbers. This was the shot. Cut the ball up. And it came, big bounce. Yeah, hit the pin.
It hit the pin.
Could have gone so easily, could have gone in. It also could have gone away to the right and slipped away. So you take your birdie, won't you?
He'd definitely take his birdie there. It could have actually gone down if it's been a little bit spin on it, left to right. It could have spun back down the hill.
Yeah. Well, Colin Montgomerie has to put that out of his mind. He really ought to make this for birdie, but now, well, he just simply has to.
It's a fairly straight putt. It could trickle either way. That's the much safer birdie to make.
Yeah. Oh, he's having a look around him and just thinking, well, what have I got to do to beat this man? Here's Ian Woosnam at 13 for a 3. Well, it's nice. He's got 2 in a row now, 12 and 13. And he's back to 8 under. Looking for those Ryder Cup points. Still not certain that he's going to play in the German Open later in the month. And Robert Allenby into 14. Well, wonderful exhibition of golf now on a Sunday afternoon in Sweden. And well, it's worth looking at again. That may be the shot that finally confirms Jasper Parnevik as the Volvo Scandinavian Masters champion. It was a gimme birdie, and even though Colin Montgomerie bravely rolled in his putt for a 4, holes running out for the Scot, Parnevik leads by 3. Vijay Singh, defending champion in the clubhouse, having equalled the course record with a 65. Parnevik 3 shots ahead of Colin Montgomerie, both men making birdie at the 12th. Jasper Parnevik all but holding his chip. Now Adam Hunter, the winner of the Portuguese Open at Penhalonga, slipping back to level par, not having the best of days today. He began at 5 under. Darcy, who's just come off a birdie at 16, and Darcy 4 under for the day and in 4th place with Ross McFarland at the moment. Here he is, 43 tomorrow. So what would you like for your birthday? Well, a 67 in the final round of the Volvo Scandinavian Masters would be nice. Not a swing that you would want to copy, but it works so well for him.
It works very, very well. Get in,
come on.
get in.
Happy birthday. It's going to be 3 birdies in 4 holes for Darcy. He's going to go to 10 under.
You could see both Adam and Eamon, they were getting the wind right, and that's why they're executing the shot so well.
He was saying to me during the break that this looks better and better. But Jasper Parnevik not home and dry yet, because that wind can catch you out in amongst the trees. And that's it for Ross McFarlane. Tee shot on 15. Got himself up to 9 under, and may just have a line onto the green. I'm not sure if he can get at the pin. He may be okay.
That's the problem on 15. You think it's more left to right and it's actually straight into it.
Birdie chance for Barry Lane at 16, the par 5, coming off a double bogey at 15. He certainly would have been fooled by the wind. You see the green's a little bit tired now. There have been a lot of pairs of feet over them over the 4 days.
That's the same with the shot into the 16th, the par 5. It's you actually think it's more left to right from the side, from the left side of the wind, and it's actually straight into it, and it's playing at least 10 yards longer than you think.
Adam Hunter just doing the gardening. He's a big Glasgow Rangers football fan. I used to say hello to everyone at Leicester City Football Club and at Kilworth Springs, who entertained us for the golf day on Monday, and Roger and all his staff really looked after us.
Well done.
Well done, Eamon Darcy. And my team won the golf day, the Leicester City golf day. That's why I'm saying. Just thought I'd slip that in. Darcy 10 under.
Yes, sir, you've got to hold it up there.
Colin Montgomerie, got to get this
That
close.
much downwind then?
This is the same thing. It's the problem is the wind. You know the yardage exactly. The pin is quite far deep into the green, but you think it's coming from right to left downwind, but it's actually almost into it.
171.
Need an experienced caddy here, and they don't come much better than Alistair McLean, who's on Monty's bag, and he has to be right and has to convince the player that they're both right together.
And if you're right, you get it close.
You're wrong, you get the sack, but they've been together too long for that. That was about the right club, but maybe the wind just pushed it a bit to the right.
He could. I think he could have played an extra club there. One more.
And it'll be tee shot 15. It is par at 14.
That's a super shot. That's probably a 4-iron for Robert, and that's straight at the pin the whole time.
Well, I was saying earlier that Jasper once or twice has missed fairways in the first 3 rounds. His stats at only 61% of fairways hit, and if he's had a weakness, that's been it. But his putting's been so fantastic, it hasn't really mattered.
I'm actually surprised that he's so well left of the fairway, because it's a wide fairway to hit.
But, I mean, he's got to come in over a bunker, and this is just one to get on to the green and take your par and walk off to the next.
Don't hit any trees.
every time you think he's in trouble, he escapes. He's still quite a long way from the pin, but plan A was just get it on the green.
That's a very, very fine shot of Jasper there. He only needs to make fours to...
3-shot lead, yeah. Colin Montgomerie would have to do something very special indeed.
Looked like Ross McPhailin has a little bit to do with his par putt on 15.
Remember, he missed the green on the right-hand side, and he's had a line towards the pin. Jasper Parnevik, 3 ahead. 6 holes to play. Vijay Singh equaling the course record in the clubhouse. Good round also, 68 from Paul Broadhurst. And if you can hear applause, it's a reception probably for John Daly, making his way up 18. He's been good for the tournament, and I'm sure a lot of people have come to see him. I mean, you get well supported your golf tournaments in Sweden anyway, but this has been something special this week, Matthias.
I hope it's been special for most of the players to enjoy Sweden and to come and play the only tournament we have in Sweden, and I think most of the players enjoy it a lot. I don't really know the line, but I think it's coming a little bit right to left.
Just looking through the scores, so you can see your favourite Swede. There's Mattis at 2 under, and there's Forsbrander, who had high hopes, also finishing 2 under.
Not enough pace on the putt, and it's coming. It was coming a little bit right to left as well. But it's a very solid 3 on that hole, and it is playing tough today. That's one of the holes I think a lot of players drop shots on.
Yeah, it cost Paolo Carici a double bogey, Gary Hall a shot and a double bogey for Barry Lane. Now Ian Woosnam in with his second shot to 14, coming off 2 birdies in a row.
You need to hit it the right distance, and if you're doing that, you can hit it straight at the pin. That's the safe shot to play right here.
He's been drilling those irons home all week long, just not getting the reward.
It's a fairly long putt for Jasper. I think it might be quite quick putt up the hill. A little bit left to right swing on it as well, but he only wants to lag this putt. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Wouldn't bet against it. He's having that sort of day where 1 or 2 breaks are going his way, and playing very well as well. I think he's pleased with it. Oh, if it gone in, you'd say a bonus.
I think he's very, very pleased to take 4 there. That was one of the holes he had problems off the tee, and he knows that he won't have too many problems in the back 9.
And he's sending a message really as well to Colin Montgomerie, saying, well, you know, I'm in control. So Montgomerie he's got to get that cap down to 2. 2, you can have a 2-shot swing on any one hole. That could happen. But it's going to happen soon. Now Jamie Spence, who's playing with John Daly, and Spence 5 under, level par for the day. So I think he's probably enjoying the experience. Daly 2 under.
This second shot into the 18th, you're so excited to get it close to the pin, to have the gallery cheer for you.
That's okay, nicely over. That will be John Daly. Wow, just look at those crowds around here. Fantastic scenes. Probably just a wedge. Oh, hard hat pull. You can be that wild with a wedge.
Got it.
I think the wedge gets up in the air and it goes with the wind right to left, and that's what he did. He wanted to get it so close on that hole.
Yeah, he wanted to finish on a high. But we've much enjoyed his 3 weeks over in Europe. He's given great value. Come back anytime he wants.
I certainly hope John will come back next year in Gothenburg, and because he's bringing out a lot of people on the golf course, and for me to walk up the 18th today was just unbelievable.
And almost like an Open Championship.
For me it felt better than the Open, but I didn't make the halfway cut, so...
Well, I hope in amongst all the cheering, someone's gone and found the ball. It should be okay. I get a drop because he's in the stands. I think he's enjoyed himself.
I think he's enjoyed this week a lot, and the gallery's been with him, even when he had it.
Get the ball back, please. Well caught as well. Yeah. Okay, Ian Woosnam. It's par putt. Putt for birdie. 3-4 feet past the hole. You see, that's the problem he's been having all week, and it just must be driving him crazy.
When you're missing putts from that distance, this game gets so difficult because you need to stiff every shot into the green to get your birdies, and
I don't think that putter's going to be on the flight home. He's trying so hard as well. 13 then, and safe par for Parnevik. Oh, this could almost be the end of the tournament. This is that, the gap's 4. And moving quickly on. This 2 stages 3 behind.
solid putt anyway.
He's such a strong competitor. He's quite pleased with that.
He's only 3 shots behind. He could still get back.
Well, all week long, John Daly has been bringing thousands of fans to Barsebäck. He had to fight hard to make the cut. He hit his second 18 into the stand, and is this going to be the finish they want? It is. What a showman. A 69 to finish for John Daly. The wildest second shot you'd ever see with a wedge. And he walks off with a birdie 3. Fantastic.
Fantastic, yeah. And the crowds will be happy for him as well.
More excitement now. He must have heard that roar and wondered what was happening. He's out on 14. Trees either side, and difficult, I think, off the drive and down into the fairway to feel the wind from this tee.
The wind is coming a little bit left to right downwind, so it's the hard thing that is take the decision if you want to play a fade with the wind or play the draw against the wind.
First of all, though, tee shot at 15 for Ian Woosnam. Another superb iron.
Slow down. Still a very fine shot into the 15th, because it's hard to get it up all the way up to the pin.
That's what's so frustrating for Woos. He's playing so beautifully from tee to green. This 14th hole, 432 yards. Parnevik out with the driver. Oh, he's looking down for the gun. I think that's okay. Yeah. But there's more than okay. It's very, very good.
It's a very good shot. He's probably played it with the wind as well, so it's a very long drive.
Eamon Darcy, problems off the 18th tee. It's very short. And how's he going to get through those trees?
I think he's got a gap to play the left to right shot, but I don't know if Eamon is a left to right player. I think he's right to left, so it could be problems for Eamon to hit this shot. He needs to bend it against the wind, which is coming a little bit off the right as well, so it's quite a big swing on the ball.
Easy shot, really. Just hit it into the back row of the stand, take a drop and chip in.
Like John.
Yeah. Has he, John Daly, sort of mixed with the European players while he's been over here and talked to one or two of them?
He actually has talked a lot with the players, and I feel a lot of the players likes him to get and play on the European Tour, because he's a very relaxed player.
Less pressure on him over here. If he doesn't pull the driver at a hole, he doesn't get jeered. You know, they respect the way that he's got to get the ball around the golf course. Let's see how Darcy fares with this.
If he plays this shot good, it could get really close to the pin.
It's not played it badly at all, has it?
Not bad.
Pin high. And he will have a putt to finish with a 66. Jimenez for a 4 at 16. On that turn nicely. Oh, well done. And putts mean Ryder Cup points, giving us into a share of 5th place at 9 under with Ross McFarlane. Monty's had 2 birdies out of 3 attempts at this hole. Desperately needs one now.
This tee shot suits Colin perfect. It's just a little bit of fade on the ball and perfect.
And he woos them at 15 for birdie 2. Parnevik still leading by 3. Even then wanders away, and he just I don't think there's any confidence at all with the putter in his hand. He sees, now he really should have marked, but he's going to rush that, and he almost doesn't care. He's beyond caring, really. You can't blame him. Farmed into 16. He's 2 under for the day, so his career best performance, a share of 3rd place back in the late 80s, 88 at Jersey. And with all due respect to the Jersey tournament, this is a bigger, more important event. So what do you think Parnevik's got left?
I don't really know. I was hitting a 8-iron with the wind. He probably has a 9 or a wedge in. The only problem he's got is the bunker, and but it's the bunker is well short anyway.
You have a tradition in Sweden. If one of your players wins, he buys all the others dinner. It might cost him a few bob.
Well, all the Swedes are here almost, so it will be expensive dinner, but I think he will take that if he wins.
For sure. That'll be then.
Has he reached the bunker
Well,
in too?
It seems that way. That's 2 huge shots.
He's a player that hits the ball under the wind, so he could get up the. It's a very, very fine shot. He wanted it to get it up to the pin, and it's always hard to make a good bunker shot from a long distance.
Eamon Darcy at 18 for a round of 66. Good pace on this one. Good pace. Got a chance. Well, he was in trouble off the tee. He was settled for a 67. It's a splendid effort from Eamon Darcy. Rounds of 72, 70, 69, and then 67, getting better each passing day. Parnevik second to 14. Tournament leader. Now, Willem Plus.
He's actually got the easiest putt from 1 meter of the year as well, so I think he will make that putt.
It's such a strong performance. I had Mark Rowe in the commentary box, and he said that Jesper's a good leader. He's not afraid to lead. He likes to lead, and he's aggressive. How can Monty respond?
That's an excellent shot as well.
Well, the one thing you know is Colin Montgomerie will never give up, never give in. But it really is looking very good for Jasper Parnevik. 3-shot lead.
I saw that Jasper have changed back to his former caddy that caddied for him during the Open last year.
A shot again at 14. So who's he got on the back then? He's gone back to his former caddy, did you say? Or?
He's gone back to his former caddy that he had last year, because the 2 tournaments we had before.
Seems to be working for him. Jasper Parnevik leads the Scandinavian Masters by 3 shots. He's closing in on glory. Colin Montgomerie keeps fighting, but Parnevik very much the favourite to be the first Swede to win on the Volvo Tour in Sweden. It's been such a strong performance by Jasper Parnevik. 3 rounds in the 60s and looking like he's going to make it 4 out of 4. And by the way, he had a 65 in the Pro-Am. Colin Montgomerie has to make this putt. Oh, no. Left it on the edge.
That's actually the first time I've heard the gallery applaud when he's missing a short putt. I don't know why they did that, but...
Well, they do. I mean, there are so many of them here, and some of them don't understand the game, so they applaud every shot because they're just enthusiastic. I don't think...
That's true.
They've been very fair, I think, to all the players that aren't Swedish. And Allenby for birdie at 16. 2 huge shots drilled under the wind and a bunker shot of world class. And there he goes at 9 under. Jasper Parnevik, this, as my co-commentator Matthias Grunberg said, is one of the, I think it's a bit more than a metre, but it's pretty straight, isn't it?
It's fairly straight. I don't really know where it would come. It might be coming two ways, so he needs to hit a good solid putt.
He can be relied on to do that. It's just to go 16 under. Lead is 4. There's only 4 holes left. And he's 3 under for the day. These huge crowds are going to get the winner they want, unless disaster strikes for Parnevik, and that has got his fingers crossed, just hoping that he just keeps it straight and plays solid from here on in. Race on then for perhaps the 2nd, 3rd, 4th place. Here's Miguel Jimenez for a birdie at 17. He's 9 under, in level 5th at the moment.
This putt is a little bit down the wind, so it's fairly quick putt, turning a little bit left to right in the end.
Pretty good from there.
What you can say with almost all the Spanish players, they have great touch around the greens, and two putting for them is not so hard.
Let's see Michael Jonsson and a disappointing run. Made birdies 10, 11, then dropped shots at 12, 13, 14. He did get a shot back at 15. Well, here is 15 through the trees. Pin today, cut on the left side, 32 yards on. Probably a 4 or a 3 iron for the players.
I don't think they will be hitting 3 irons. I think I took a 5 iron, and the only problem I can see with Jasper is that he might be taking a 5 iron, hitting it well short.
Well, he's got to be a little bit pumped up, hasn't he? He's got to almost allow for the adrenaline. But Jasper Parnevik 3 under for his final round, and really bossing this tournament. 4 ahead of Colin Montgomerie, the leader in the clubhouse. Vijay Singh, after equaling the course record, defending champion with a 65. Eamon Darcy, 43 tomorrow, early birthday present at 67. He lies 4th at 10 under at the moment.
Now.
A bit left, but that's such a good shot again. But he's taken on the hole, and well, there's just not a weakness in the game at the moment.
Yeah, Jasper was trying to say that the wind should take it, but it's actually dead straight into it, and that was a superb shot, because he thought it was a little bit left to right into it, but it's actually straight into it. And playing second as Colin is doing here, he could get it even closer.
No, it's not really been his day. He's really done nothing wrong. No bogeys at all. 2 birdies. He's just up against a very strong player. And I just wonder, I mean, 2 wildcard picks for Werner Gallagher. Jesper said he would have to win this week to have a chance to probably play very well in next week's US PGA, but the way he's responded to a little bit of pressure and crowds of this side, I think he certainly has the temperament to do Europe proud in the Ryder Cup.
Well, we know that Werner Gallagher really wants to see Jasper play in the tournament, in the Ryder Cup, but it really depends on the big players on the other side of the ocean.
I just wonder if he might come back and play in the Volvo German Open. We shall see. Ross McFarlane then with his 2nd to 17, downwind. Well, we really are seeing some top-class, world-class golf this afternoon at Barsebäck. And Ross, a chance for his, certainly a chance for his biggest ever paycheck. The marshals will be having to work very hard to control the crowds so enthusiastic following this match.
The thing is, in Sweden, they're not used to all these people as well. They don't really know when to say stand still and all that. But most of the players stay calm and knows about the problem anyway.
Well, it's such a fast-growing sport. It's becoming so popular. I mean, you have a way of bringing juniors through, men and boys and girls and men and women, and developing so many good players. The one thing you haven't got is a real tradition of golf. I guess that will come, and this win, as surely it will be for Jasper Parnevik, it will be an important part of that tradition in years to come.
It certainly will.
Been some lovely moments with the crowd. My favourite was when Frank Nobilo, who's a good-looking lad, was teeing off at the first, and the starter introduced him and said, "On the tee, Frank Nobilo," loud applause, and the lovely female from the back of the stand shouted, "Are you married?" Not sure he is at the moment. But he laughed, enjoyed it, and I think the players have enjoyed it. It's infectious, the enthusiasm of the galleries. Not an easy one for Colin Montgomerie, long way in through the shadows as well, that never helps. And you see the situation at the top, and maybe Montgomerie trying to hang on to second place ahead of Vijay Singh. He'd back him to do that. There's a birdie chance to come at 16, and of course he finished 3-3 in round 3. Sure, you could just hear the helicopter. I'm sure that'll be John Daly on his way back to Copenhagen Airport.
It could be, yeah. There he goes.
Bye, John. See you again. Come back soon.
He's made a very, very good work over here anyway, bringing out a lot of people on the golf course.
I bet that's some view from up there looking down on the course. That'll be second shot at 17. Anything Ross McFarlane can do, Robert Allenby can get inside. Again, that was a long tee shot. I was wondering if he was going to be a bit defensive on that, but though didn't get the line right, he was still very much trying to hold that. No thought of just taking a safe 3.
I don't know if he's got a game plan of making 67s every round he's playing. Yesterday he took a double bogey on the 3rd hole to make a 69, and in the way he plays, it looks like he wants to make a 67 today as well.
Well, you know, if he pars in from here, it's a 69, and that will be 4 rounds under 70, and nobody else has done that. It just shows how well he's playing this week. Of course, was 3rd at Drottningholm last year in the tournament, a couple of weeks after his disappointment at Turnberry in the Open Championship.
Very fine putt. It looks like Colin has a little bit of problem with the approach putt, the first putt, to get the distance right. He's been long and he's been short. He doesn't really find the pace on the green.
Doesn't admit he's got a problem, and he's tried just about everything. The old videos he's studied, and he's changed the putter, I think, for this week. Hasn't quite found the answer. Mind you, he's averaging about 30 putts around, so it's not too bad.
Not too bad when you're hitting as many greens as Colin is.
For sure. Well, one more par, 3 holes to go. The lead is still 4. Race on for the minor places. 108,330 for first prize, but even third place carries just under £41,000. And if Allenby and McFarlane can make these putts at 17, they'll be up into a share of fourth place with Eamon Darcy, with perhaps a birdie chance to come at 18.
I don't really know if there's a swing on this, but it could be a little bit right to left.
Beautiful putting stroke. Confidence of youth, and it's just so smooth, and there's a really good rhythm about it as well. So he goes to 10 under, he's 3 under for the day, 2 birdies in a row for Allenby. Jimenez with his second shot to the 18th. Just run out of fairway, just into the first cut of rough. Body language suggests it's gone away to the right. At the same spot as Eamon Darcy.
Miguel's lie there was not the lie you want when you want to attack the pin, so he's probably just played the safe shot into the green. Looks a little bit weird from here.
Not a shot that you always
it's
see.
Not the normal camera position.
No, it's quite a useful one when you're studying your swing, and always nice to see it from a different position. Sixteenth and par 5. Just looking to put it just anywhere down the middle will do. Sounds a little bit of a cliche, but I'm sure he's just saying I take it hole by hole and play my normal game. He would normally hit a full bloody drive at that hole, and that's exactly what he's done.
Yeah. He's probably wants to get it on the green in 2, which Robert Allenby was very, very close to do, and Jasper has the distance to do it.
That's long as well. 2 good drives. Colin Montgomerie still not giving up, but such a strong performance from Jasper Parnevik. Ross McFarlane, can he follow Robert Allenby in for a birdie at 17? Has he got the pace or unlucky? At this stage of the tournament, this putt's become expensive. Stays at 9 under. He felt he might have got that one. No, Michael Johnson, second shot to the home hole. And that's another wonderful shot for the crowd to applaud. Been a great week for Swedish golf, and it could be even better in just a little while. Jasper Parnevik. No Swede has ever won on the Volvo Tour in Sweden, as you surely know. But Jasper Parnevik is just 3 holes away. He's drilled his drive down 16, and he leads from Colin Montgomerie by 4. Parnevik on his way, on the verge to glory. been a wonderful week at Barsebäck, and it looks as if it's going to be even better in a few moments for Swedish golf, and for one man in particular, Jasper Parnevik. He leads by 4 shots with 3 holes to play. He's hit a beautiful drive at 16, and he's going for the green. He's got the driver out.
He's got the driver to keep it low. It looks straight as well. A touch to the right, maybe.
I'm just so impressed by this man's game. Michael Jonsson looking to finish with a birdie. This for a round of 70. It's been a pretty big couple of weeks for the Tour School graduate as well. He's going to have to settle for a 71, but let's share a second place with Sam Torrance behind Scott Hope last week, and it's given him the confidence. And so often you see players, they get into a little bit of run and confidence can be the key factor.
I feel very glad for Michael that he's coming through now. When he was younger, he wasn't really a star player of the young players, but now he's really coming through, and the confidence he got in Dutch Open last week has made him play very, very good this week.
Allenby with the 3 wood off the tee at 18.
Come on, Wayne. Go left. Go left and through.
Oh, into the... Oh, he's been lucky. I think he may have got to almost through.
I think he's got a clear shot from there.
Yeah. I'm sure that's not where he wanted to hit it. Here's the 16th. We've had 1 eagle, incidentally. Well, I thought at one stage Max Lanner got an albatross, but it was actually a 2 at the previous hole, so sorry for the excitement. But here's Colin Montgomerie with his fairway driver also out. Well, he needs an eagle here somehow. 2 big shots.
That's 2 very, very good shots to get it so close to the green. It's into it the whole way.
Now Ross McFarlane with his second at 18 again. He's gone a touch left, and rather like Miguel Angel Jimenez, who finished with a par 4 and around a 69 to be 9 under. Not really the sort of lie you want for this kind of shot. Just a little bit heavy perhaps, and thought he might have got a fly. Took the brave line, whereas
Took
Miguel,
the very, very brave line from that line.
he desperately wanted a birdie. May pay the price with a bogey.
Maybe.
Depends.
I'm sure he will get up and down anyway.
Depends on the lie. If it's hit the face and come back down, it should be fairly routine. Yeah. Doesn't want to have plugged into the face, but they sound pretty good in the bunkers here at Barsebäck.
This is it's one of the things Barsebäck is really good with the bunkers. There's perfect sand in them, and it's not as normal in Sweden. Most of the bunkers are a lot of sand in them, and they get plugged all the time. Jasper has quite an easy pitch shot here. He likes to most of the shots he likes to get a little bit of run on the ball.
But the last shot of this length that he had on a par 5, he hit the flag and all but hold. Different sort of shot though, this one. He hasn't got the hump across it, but about the same sort of length.
He's got an easier shot this time, and he could be holding it.
Well, you wouldn't bet against it. Who knows? Just hit that so cleanly. Michael Campbell, rather forgotten man of this weekend, fell away a little bit yesterday and a lot today. His 5 over for his final round. Oh! Make that 4 over, almost 3. Look at them all. Why didn't you go in?
From the position Michael has, he can't even see the ball as well. It's right in behind the pin.
Fantastic shot.
Colin got a little bit of advantage on this shot because he's seen Jasper hit the shot and he knows how it will react on the green.
He's just going over the fringe of the green. It's a super shot. I mean, he was trying. He knew he had to hold that, and he was trying. Well, I should get the birdie that ought to give him second place, give him a 2-shot advantage over Vijay Singh. There's Ross McFarlane, not a bad lie in the bunker. Not the sort of length of putt you want to leave yourself at 18 when there's so much money at stake. Huge emerging talent, Michael Campbell. Such an exciting prospect. Could so easily have been Open champion. And the great assets of the Volvo Tour. That was some shot. He's fought back well. He was out in 40, dropped 5 shots to the turn, and then bogeyed the 10th as well. Made his first birdie of the day at 12. Just a simple tap in for a 3 at 17.
It's a beautiful 3. He's probably hit something in between a 6 or a 7 iron into the green.
Now Jasper Parnevik for birdie to go 17 under.
He's got it.
LMPs. You're looking at the winner of the Volvo Scandinavian Masters 1995. I don't think anybody can catch him now. He's 17 under, and even if Colin Montgomerie makes his birdie putt, which he probably will, he takes a 4-shot lead at worst for the final 2 holes. The lead at the moment at 5. Robert Allenby at 18 from just off the back of the green. Big putt to, in all probability, tie Vijay Singh for 3rd place.
Get down under.
That will be a 69 for Robert Allenby. Solid performance. The signs of the last week or two that at St Andrews and here at Barsebäck that he's returning to the form that was so exciting. The prospect of having Allenby and Campbell, young players on the tour, good news for European golf. Colin Montgomerie then to make a birdie at 16. Almost left that on the edge, but just. And he's got a 2-shot advantage over Singh for second, but I think he knows in his heart of hearts that he's not going to catch Jasper Parnevik. 3rd birdie of the day for Montgomerie. Farnham for par at 18. Oh no! I thought he'd got it. And we slipped to 8 under. McFarlane. Rounds of 66, he was one of the 4 first-round leaders. In the second round, 76, and that could have been the end of him, but he's come back well with a 67 3rd round and a back end 71 on the final day. All in all, a pretty good week for Ross McFarlane. 2 holes to go for Jasper Parnevik. We'll see this drive and then let Mattias Grönberg make his way to 18 to join in the celebrations.
It's like a super drive again.
Absolutely nailed it. Mattias, thanks very much. Just tell me, when Robert Karlsson won at a Scorpion, the Swedish players got out there and gave him the bumps, and do you have that planned for Jasper when he gets home?
I don't know if all the players have actually stayed here, because a lot of players wants to get back home.
Well, you may be doing it on your own, but we'll let you get away, get you a buggy up to 18. If you get a chance, do pass on our warmest congratulations to Jasper Parnevik. It's been such an impressive performance. And Mattias, thanks very much for coming in, and I know you're a little bit disappointed with your performance finish, but it's still not a bad week, is it? And all the best for the coming weeks.
Thank you very much, Steve. For me, it's been top 30 was my goal, because I haven't played good the last couple of weeks, so I'm happy with tied 25. It feels very, very nice to see Jasper walk up 17th, and thanks very much, Steve.
Thanks for coming in. See you again. That's Mattias Grönberg, who's now going to make his way up to the 18th. I hope he gets somewhere where he can have a look. Here's 17. We'll wander up 17, and trees either side, but all that Jasper Parnevik is seeing is the middle of the fairway and that magnificent trophy beyond it. Second shot to 18 for Ian Woosnam, 2 over for the day. Flirted with the bunker, but got his reward. And now the putter, it may be the last putt. The last piece of action that putter sees. I think it may be changed next time out. Suffering with a bit of back trouble as well, so perhaps hasn't been able to practice his putting as much as he would like. And this Jasper Parnevik's swing at 17, not holding back. Perfect position at the top, full shoulder turn, club pointing down the line at the middle of the fairway. Through he comes, a lot of power, a lot of club head speed generated, full follow through, and that is a good, solid, reliable swing. And there's been none better this week at Barsebäck. Thanks, as I said, to Mattias Grönberg for coming into the commentary box, and only right and proper that I should also thank Paul Eels and Roger Chapman, who also came in, and Mark Rowe, who did sterling service. And Mark not having the best of rounds today, but I hope everything sorts itself out, and I want to see you back winning again soon. So this wind left to right. Started over the edge of the left-hand bunker. Roger Chapman, by the way, 7 over for today. Sad final round for the Englishman. Beautiful shot. Going through 1 or 2 scores for Justine Tinning of Denmark at a 71 to finish at 3 under. Well, they've enjoyed their week. And I don't care who you are, you can't bear to be moved by a reception such as Ian Wilson is getting now. Switzerland, you'll be interested to know Andre Bossard finished with a 70 to finish at 5 under. Paolo Carici a 73, he finished 3 under. Jasper Parnevik then just a hole and a half away from the greatest moment of his golfing career. Almost won an Open Championship. This will almost compensate. Oh, he doesn't like it, but not much wrong with it. He's a long way from the pin, that's for sure. He hasn't made many mistakes at all. Fantastic performance, just that one double bogey at the third on Saturday. And it's been par or better every other hole. Westwood finished with a 72, 4 under. Barry Lane at 5 under with Emmanuel Kronecker and Jamie Spence and Paul McGinley. Rounding up the minor placings. Because he's played in America, Jasper Parnevik is way down at 69th place in the Ryder Cup table. It's just over 60,000 points, so he's going to need a wildcard pick. We shall see. As the son of Sweden's most popular impressionist comedian. Suppose the next target will be a win on the United States Tour. Colin Montgomerie, the first winner, looks like he's going to have to settle for second place. Nick Faldo winning here at Barsebäck in 92. His score was 11 under. Parnevik's going to be quite a bit lower than that. Peter Baker denied Anders Forsbrand. Forsbrand thought he might be the first Swede to win in Sweden, but Baker took him out at a playoff and just about clinched his Ryder Cup place as a result. And then last year it was Vijay Singh. Vijay Singh, defending champion, finishing so well with a 65, and at the moment in the clubhouse, the leader in third place. Jasper Parnevik leading by 4. Just waiting while the reception at 18 for the homecoming players dies down.
Excuse me. Sister. Oi. Yeah, but
I think everybody wants a souvenir. You shouldn't, unless you're an official photographer, have a camera on the course, and I think that's what's distracting it. Montgomerie's having a word. Well, he walked away twice, didn't make much difference. Again, a superb putt. Just trickled on a bit at the end. And Woosnam to, well, let's hope he finishes by making a putt. Just sums up the week. I wonder where he's going now. He's a 74. And one young man in the crowd now has a putter. Well, at least it didn't get broken, but Woosnam gives his putter away, and who can blame him, quite frankly? Wretched time on the greens, and just played so well everywhere else. Colin Montgomerie just controlling the crowd. So have you got your, I think posing for the photograph. Have you got your photograph now? Can I get on and hold this putt? Well, he's relaxed. I think he knows that that he can't win this. Jasper Parnevik has played so well. No. Well, maybe. No. Maybe a bit closer than he felt. It's the Volvo German Open last year where Colin Montgomerie was last to win. He's second in Dubai and so close to the Murphy's English Open, losing the playoff to Philip Walton. There's a man who was third in Dubai. Well, that's the second beautiful shot in a row from Michael Campbell. All but hold his second at 17, and that wasn't far away. Just one hole to go. They can start uncorking the champagne. Jasper Parnevik takes a 4-shot lead to the final hole of the 1995 Volvo Scandinavian Masters. Hopes were high for Michael Campbell after rounds of 69 and 67. His putting kept him in the hunt with a round of 70 on Saturday, but he slipped back today. Final look at 18, as you might have heard Matthias Gronberg say, the tournament in Gothenburg next year, but I'm sure as the tournament rotates it will be back here before too long. Certainly superb venue, served close by a main highway, just 20 miles from Malmo, just a short ferry crossing from Denmark, and plenty of car parking. It's been a splendid week. First prize at £108,330, and the cheque will be made out to Jasper Parnevik as well. Colin Montgomerie, 2-shot advantage going to the last as he looks for the second place cheque. Now Michael Campbell to finish birdie. This would be for a round of 75. All the damage done on the front nine, dropped shots at 2 and 3 and a double bogey at the 8th. Dropped a shot at also 9 and a 10. Brought back with birdies at 12 and of course 17. That'll be a 76 then. His next target will be the first win on the Volvo Tour. Surely can't be that far away. But disappointing final round for Michael Campbell. Now the champion-elect on the 18th, 3 wood. Oh, well, he's just not putting a foot wrong. High on adrenaline. Neither man don't like that call, but you can't deny that it's true. Chapman, by the way, finishing with a birdie at 18, but still it was around a 78. Three wood for Colin Montgomerie as well. Just hangs in the semi. Yeah, smile for the cameras. What a day. What a week. So the drive in perfect position. Jasper Parnevik is about to collect the 1995 Volvo Scandinavian Masters. Gallant effort by Colin Montgomerie, but the best he can do is second. Jasper's army marching down the 18th at Barsebäck. The man with the mic behind the 18th. And you're looking now at the 1995 Volvo Scandinavian Masters champion. Such a strong performance from Parnevik. Relax now, all the hard work done, but he'll want to finishing style. This was the shot at 12. He was in control before this, but obviously got a little bit like he could have spun away, but it hit the pin, could have gone in. And that set up a birdie, his second birdie. And then at 13. In trouble in trees, away to the left, recovering to the green, and yeah, happy to walk off with a 4. But he also picked up shots at 14 and 16. And Colin Montgomerie just sat down in that semi-rough, and they were hopping, he would have been in pretty good shape. He's got a 2-shot cushion over Vijay Singh, defending champion. Might have expected it to run on a little bit to release coming out of the semi-rough. Well, there's the course record equaling 65 from Vijay Singh, and good effort. Colin Montgomerie. Many times maybe the Irish Open when he felt that could have won and threw it away, but can't complain today. Parnevik's so strong. Be close. Be the icing on the cake. That's good enough, he knows now. You always wonder, you never take anything quite for granted, but well, it took a while to get through. But Sweden knows it has a world-class golfer now. More noise, he's saying. Not possible. Years old from Stockholm. '65 in the Pro-Am, 67, 67 rounds 1 and 2, and then a 69 as the likes of Michael Campbell and Colin Montgomerie try to put on the pressure. He just wondered if it would be too much for him on the final day. Not a bit of it. He made a solid start and just didn't really make any mistakes. He's not had to scramble his way around, and now the birdies have come. And he wants to hold his final putt for a third 67. Well, there's Parnevik. Happy family. Soon there will be 3. Baby due fairly shortly, I should think. Colin Montgomerie then for a 68. Oh, wow. Now, I wonder if he'll put out. I think he might put out. He's just glancing across to Jasper Parnevik. Yeah, I think it would be sensible for him to finish his round, because if Parnevik were to hold his, I don't think the noise would ever stop. So I'm fairly calm at the moment. He didn't do anything wrong, did he? No bogeys, 3 birdies, strong performance from Colin Montgomerie. He has to settle though for 2nd place and a cheque for over £72,000. Not quite back to the top of the order of merit. Another big moment for Jasper Parnevik. Wow, nice that you can take about 5 from here and still win. Just got a feeling he may only need 1. That's will do the perfect finish to the perfect week for Jasper Parnevik. The long wait is over. Sweden has a winner in its own country on the Volvo Tour. They have a world-class golfer. 3 rounds of 67 and all 69 in between. There was a double bogey at hole 3 in the 3rd round. It was the only time he was over par. He'll be looking for Maya now, looking for his wife. Many congratulations to Jasper Parnevik, the winner of the 1995 Volvo Scandinavian Masters. Now, Steve Bedard, I've very much enjoyed being here. Hope to be back next year. If you're in the Manchester area, I'll see you at the Andrew Murray Pro-Am at Disbury tomorrow afternoon. But until then, from me, Steve Edo, from Barsebäck, thanks again to Mark Rowe, Paul Eels, Roger Chapman and Matthias Kronberg, and many congratulations to a very happy man, Jasper Parnevik. Terrific performance. Till next time, it's goodbye.
Han finns hos läkaren nere vid klubbhuset. Det har alltså kommit bort ett par föräldrar. Inte barnet utan föräldrarna. Men det gör jag. Peter Körners föräldrar eller Körners föräldrar till läkeriet som ligger nere vid klubbhuset. Var god fråga ibland. Under tiden så gör vi ordning för prisutdelningen här och det kommer att få rätt på. Prislistan är alltså som det nu är Parnevik, etta, Kolkisok, 5 lag före Montgomerie, Sing på tredje plats, Adamby, Darcy på fjärde. Vi återkommer.
I've said cheerio to our viewers in Europe. You may still be with us down in Asia at start. Terrific performance from Jasper Parnevik. Look at those around 67, 67, 69, 67. 18 under, winning by 5 from Colin Montgomerie, who's second for the third time this year. Good defence of his title by Vijay Singh with that course record equaling final round of 65. Eamon Darcy, 43 tomorrow. What a birthday present. They're at 4th place, and Robert Allenby coming back to his best form. Miguel Jimenez picking up Ryder Cup points. Likewise for Broadhurst, and a good week for Ross McFarlane. And great value from John Daly on his way home to the States by now. Helicoptered out of the course. Ian Woolston gave his putter away after a 74. You can't blame him. A little bit disappointing for Paul Way, but if he has one more week like this, he'll keep his card. Michael Campbell also falling away in the final round. 67 from Ronan Rafferty, setting the scene early this morning. And finished bogey. Des Smith making a good day for the Irish with Darcy, and Rafferty also going well with a 69. Matthias Kronberg, my co-commentator this afternoon, a 72, 2 under, a solid performance, top 25. Disappointment at the weekend for Anders Forsberg. Roger Chapman, 78. Ericsson, who played as an amateur in this tournament a year or two ago, finishing well with a 69. Rolfmans of Holland at a level par 72. He's going to get his car back next year, but via the Challenge Tour Order of Merit. Paul Eels, day one commentator at 74. Have to find half of that as well. Scores. And I hope you're still waiting. I'm going to grab a word with Jasper Parnevik. Nobody's leaving. There are Maya and baby to be. She was greenside at Turnberry 12 months ago. listening to the action on a pair of radio headphones as Jasper took a bogey when he needed a par, as it transpired at 18 to force a playoff, and just moments later Nick Price rolled in the putt for an eagle. I saw him the next day, Jasper Parnevik, on the flight back to London, ashen-faced, and he almost fought back well with third place in last year's Scandinavian Masters, but this, all good things come to those that wait, and it really has been a world-class performance from the 30-year-old. The winning margin in the end, 5 shots, and that's a pretty comfortable winning margin by any standards. Maybe this is the trophy arriving, coming down. A nice touch. Hope it's not that clown that went into the boxing ring and onto Buckingham Palace. Wolf has had the biggest winning margin in the French Open, that was 8, but still a very strong performance. It's more than one of them. There's a whole platoon coming down out of the sky. With the Swedish flag, and it's well, there he comes. Oh, he just got it back up and let them down onto 18. In they come. Well, I think at this stage he could have paid to get in. You need to go to those sort of measures. Hit the brakes. Yes, thank you very much. Take a bow. Oh, one straight in. Easy. The Volvo Scandinavian Masters flag. Well, here comes Parnevik. He'll be signing autographs for about a week, but there's a presentation to do, and John Paramore, tournament director. Well, you don't argue with Big John. Behind the grandstand and out onto the green.
Thank you, Jasper. You've done a fantastic job for yourself and for Swedish golf. Thank you very much. Lovely. Good show. Excellent.
Well, Peter Oosterhuis is down by the green side, and the photographs are taken. I think he's going to grab a word with Jasper. We're still waiting for our man to get to Jasper Parnevik. Obviously the whole of Sweden wants a word with the new champion. He was very focused throughout the whole week. Didn't really see a weakness in his game. Once or twice in the first 2 rounds was a little bit wilder off the tee here and there, but he's such an aggressive player in all aspects of his game, and his iron play got so much spin on the ball that he could really spear it in at the holes, and of course a lovely touch of putting. Good week for Sweden. Michael Jonsson also a top 10 finish, and there are plenty of players through to the cup. And probably would have hoped that the likes of Per-Ulrik Johansson might have made it, and also Anders Forsbrand, who made the cup but didn't prosper at the weekend. Vijay Singh was the defending champion, finished third, tied for Famer Darcy and Robert Allenby. And I think we can now grab a word with Jesper, with our man Peter Oosterhuis. There's a skydiver that comes in onto the green. Well, this was the final putt. The interview will have to wait, but this was the final magic moment of a superb week for Jasper Parnevik. 67, 67, 69, 67. And Sweden has a cheerleader and has a national hero, and that's great for golf in Scandinavia. Jasper Parnevik, the 1995 Volvo Scandinavian Masters champion. Hope you've enjoyed it over the weekend as much as I have. I'm Steve Beddoe from Barsebäck. Goodbye.
Jesper, quite a day for you, for Swedish golf and the fans here.
Oh yeah, I mean, the whole week has been unbelievable, and it's hard to, I can't explain how I feel right now. It's something I'll never forget, probably.
And just a fantastic week of golf, 65 in the Pro-Am, 5 birdies every round in the tournament, just 1 hole over par in 72 holes.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't make a bogey all week. Like you said, I mean, from Pro-Am on, I made a double bogey 3rd round, I think it was, and after that it was all par and birdies, and I mean, I've never seen anything like it.
And extra pressure, trying to be the first Swede to win a major pro event in Sweden, and with all the fans expecting a great deal from you as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is for us Swedes, this is one of the tougher weeks to play. I mean, it's one of the most enjoyable at the same time, but it's pressure-wise, of course, it's you feel it really, and you really want to play well in front of your home crowd and so on.
I would think the American audience watching the Golf Channel are going to say Jesper has to be on the Ryder Cup team. They'll probably be hoping you're not on the Ryder Cup team if you play like this.
Well, yeah, like I said before, I need one of those wild cards to get on if I don't win the USPGA next week, and we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Well, we've got so many good young Swedish professionals.
Oh yeah.
You're the first one to win in Sweden. Joachim Hegman was the first one to be on the Ryder Cup. You may be the second. Congratulations again on just a fantastic week, and such a great thrill for everybody here. Congratulations.
Thanks, Melissa. Thank you a lot. Thanks.
Thank you, Jasper.
Thank you.